What's going on, Virgo? This is your girl Venus Dark Angel here with another love reading for you guys. I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and let's go ahead and get started with your reading. So the underlying energy is looking like the Justice card here. So a lot of you guys are having some balancing situations going on, and it has a lot to do because it has a lot to do with you dipping. Taking time out for yourself. And necessary, right? This is your card, Virgo. So this is talk about looking in, looking within, looking for answers within yourself, looking at details, and really just, finding and fine-tuning yourself internally. And really just kind of taking a step back to really, taking every little piece that you kind of, encounter. So I feel like it's because you guys took that time out, you guys now are ready to kind of do that correcting, do that, that karmic adjustment too. I think the universe is as prime timing this, of course. Like they're like, hey, this is a time for adjusting some stuff and getting some stuff right. And I think right now it's just like you're definitely in the mindset of that same thing as well. Some things may not be right in this relationship, and it's time to get it straight. So, and your current state of being, you guys have the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, your situation is really talking about not really seeing the rewards that you put into the work that you put in, okay? I mean, I feel like honestly too, guys, is really just kind of feeling like, you've kind of gone through a lot and you're doing so much, but you're still not seeing what you want to see out of a certain situation. Like you've been really putting in some diligent work in regards to your love life, really getting to know each other, really, putting down your boundaries and laying down the law. There's a lot of things that you are doing definitely in your love life, and it's just like, okay, we're not really progressing right now. Like, where's the results of the hard work that you're putting in? What you want to see is the King of Pentacles. So either this is your external lover, okay, because the King of Pentacles is typically a fixed sign, which is Taurus, or it can be Capricorn or yourself. This could be that you want to manifest, or you want this person to be more stable, more grounding, someone that focuses on family life rather than work life so much, and someone that is a little bit more serious, maybe about finances and taking care of stuff that's legal, because the Justice card does bring up some legal stuff, legal counsel and divorce, etc., contracts. So this could be someone that you're looking to start a business with, or someone that you can feel like is capable of helping you run a business, okay? And this could also be like mastering yourself, right? For a lot of you that don't have anybody in your life right now, this could be talking about really getting into your power and really feeling that earthy energy of being at prime time and being absolutely on top of your game. So, and this could also be like pretty much talking about being ready to have a long-term relationship because you feel stable in yourself. So you can pretty much entertain not long distance relationships, but long-term relationships, okay? So with that said, it's keeping you from having the King of Pentacles in your hopes and fears. Well, not your hopes and fears, but in your goal area, you have the Seven of Swords, okay? Now, the Seven of Swords can indicate lies, deception, deceit. So just be very mindful of that. Now, there could be like a lot of evasion and not a lot of focusing or taking a risk. So pretty much let's go back here. The state of being, you're kind of focusing on where the results are at. Like, because, you haven't been seeing, the fruit of your labor quite so. But you want to get to the King of Pentacles. And what's keeping you from the King of Pentacles is probably, not facing something that you're meant to face, not facing something that needs to be addressed because it's either it's too much work or it makes you feel vulnerable in a sense, or there is some sort of, or somebody's not telling the truth. And the reason why the Seven of Swords is there is because of the Two of Wands. So it has a lot to do with someone's decision. Someone made not a judgment call, but was stuck at a crossroads and they made a decision. Perhaps the reason why it's blocking you is because maybe it's not blocking you at all. Maybe you're taking a risk with this. Maybe you're not. Maybe the situation is this, that you're taking risks and you're going out of your way to make this relationship work. But the Seven of Swords is saying that you are taking a risk in this because of the choice that you made. So honestly, that's what's kind of resonating with me. Usually I don't read crossing like that. Usually I'm like, okay, somebody's lying, somebody's not telling the truth because somebody said, you know, someone went this way or whatever, it's based on someone else's choices. Or perhaps a certain way that you're meant to go isn't something you really want to do. It's something that's not really addressed. It's ignored. Okay, some minor detail is ignored, and that's probably why justice is even coming up as well. Okay, because there is a need to kind of get things going and get things balanced out. Now, your advice is the High Priestess. Now, that's why I was thinking someone was lying to, because you have the card for secrets, but this is your card. This is, well, not your card per se, but this is a card for advice to help you kind of move forward. And this is really talking about using your intuition, relying on your intuition. Going with your gut is very important right now, because if you can't trust anything that you can see right now, yeah, you're really going to want to use your intuition. Okay, definitely relying on your intuition. How you're feeling is the Knight of Swords, and that is really talking about you're ready to kind of go at it. You're ready to just charge ahead. You're ready to speak your truth. That's what's making this whole situation a little confusing. I don't know if it's lies. I don't know if it's just you just taking the risk. Maybe you're doing all of the above. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Maybe there's someone that's not telling the truth, but you're taking a risk anyway, and it's something that you feel like you may not exactly like. It's not a good idea. It's something that you feel like it's kind of risky. Maybe you are taking a risk and it's because of the choice that you made, and either like you had a choice in the past and now you took that choice to actually take the risk and make something out of a relationship that you find that you are kind of always contemplating about where the results are because somebody may not be paying attention. You know what I'm saying, Virgo? You've been putting your hard work in there and somebody's just not even paying attention. So that's probably why you're just really eager to get things done and really ready to charge in with your truth. Also, this could really indicate to me that you're feeling a little bit combative, because you can probably sense that someone is not being really straight up with you, or someone's not being very honest, or someone is not approaching the situation in the way they should be, in a very upfront manner. For a lot of you guys too, you guys could be just really eager to get this situation done and getting it over with. Just kind of really wanting to speed up the process. Now, in your hopes and fears, you have the Three of Swords. So I feel like you do not want to get your heart broken. You don't want to be, caught in a third-party relationship. The King of Pentacles definitely is someone that's a workaholic. They can just kind of focus on work and, completely mute the rest of their lives and just focus on their work. And I feel like maybe the Seven of Pentacles, you want someone that, again, is more family oriented, or someone that loves this Taurus person, or this Taurus and Capricorn person. You want them to come out and be more of a relationship present rather than business present. And if that is the case, and the reason why you have that now is because somebody is always doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, which is the Seven of Swords. Maybe they're always sneaking off and doing work anyway. Maybe they're really focusing on one thing at a time, and that's what you're figuring out. Like, they just have some serious issues with focusing. I'm going to go ahead and clarify the Seven of Swords and the Two of Wands really fast before we get to the outcome and wrap up this reading, because this don't make no sense. So the reason why the Two of the other Page of Pentacles, I don't know where I pulled this for, to be very straight up with you. I was thinking about both at the same time. I'm putting them back. I'm going to shuffle again. Alright, so this one straight up came up with the Seven of Swords this time. Jesus Christ. I was like, damn, can I think first? But, y'all have the Lovers here, alright? So the Lovers is coming up with the Seven of Swords. So, taking a risk, possibly, about a decision or connection. Maybe you're not, maybe they're... Why is the Lovers a factor why is the Lovers a factor for the Seven of Swords? The Eight of Wands. Communication. Why is the Eight of Wands a factor in the Seven and the Lovers? Because that could be anything. The Five of Cups. Right. And why is the Two of Wands there? The Seven of Wands. Okay. Okay, the Hierophant's underneath the deck. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this really fast. Okay, Virgo. So your situation is the reason why the Seven of Swords is blocking the King of Pentacles is because of some connection and that may have maybe been a little bit overwhelming. A connection. I feel like everything kind of got out of hand a little bit. I think there was possibly some loss of support and stuff, but you were working on the relationship anyway, and it led to really hardcore communication, a lot of passion, and like arrows of love too. You fell in love, and voila! Now you're left with a decision here, or like the reason why the Seven of Swords is there is because of the Lovers card, and this is pretty much just like to figure out why the Lovers card even came up here in the first place, and it has a lot to do with, you know, maybe taking a risk in the relationship, maybe doing something that's outside the box. Maybe you kind of may need to do something differently in your relationships, or make a different decision, or make a head of heart decision about a certain what's going on in your relationship, because right now there is a balancing issue anyway, right? Justice was talking about things not being balanced the way it should be. So maybe the situation is saying that yes, you're kind of worried about, you know, you're kind of looking at, you know, the work, and you're like, okay, I'm putting a lot of effort into this, I don't know if I'm getting stuff back. Maybe it's because there's a certain part of you that is not really stepping outside the box right now. And you need to, and I know you went a certain direction anyway, and you're very, you know, stickler about it. You know, you can really focus on one object at a time, and that's fine. But you're a little too defensive about it. You're really just kind of, you know, you have an advantage here, and it's, you picked one path. You can use the other path. Don't think that that one path that you went on was the only path. So if you feel like you need to take that other path, go ahead and do so. And especially if there's a certain way that you wanted to go about making the relationship better, and that was that one of those avenues, and you decided just to go with one. No. If it don't look like, if you don't want to do that anymore, go ahead and make the other decision. Now, if you didn't have a choice per se, there is another option available. You just may not see it because you've already taken one path already. So you're going to want to take a risk and do something maybe outside of your comfort zone. Something that's going to put you out there, because honestly, this relationship is meant for you guys to be stable anyway. And if you guys are not in a stable relationship, yes, you're going to be vulnerable for a while. So you might as well just do it. You know what I mean? But ultimately, the reasoning behind all of this is because, you know, love is seriously there, and taking that risk is a really big part of making a relationship work, and just trying to do the best that you can with what you got. Okay. And it could be that there's a lot of evasions, maybe a lot of, like, somebody might not be, you know, going head on. Maybe you're ready for an argument and someone else is not ready for an argument, and you're like, I don't have a problem with arguments. We can recover from that. We just need to focus on the problem. Like, come on. And I think honestly that's what the situation is. You want to look at the problem. You want to know what's wrong, and you want to fix it. And I know that you don't want to get heartache or anything like that. Nobody wants to. That's a no-brainer. But you do still want to look at the problem, because there's some imbalance, and it's not going to get you anywhere if this imbalance is still, you know, causing problems. So with your outcome, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles is talking about a new beginning, and a new beginning towards building something that's really, like, that really stands the test of time, really stable, okay? And it's stability that hard work is put in. Now, this Ace of Pentacles here is very slow. It's going to happen in a very slow pace, but it's because there's a lot of working on building something that can really get started on in the first place. It's a slow build up, but it's necessary, because again, like, there's a lot to put into Pentacles. Okay, so I do see that coming for you, and that's a good start, and it's a good step in the right direction. So yeah, guys, follow your intuition. Go with your gut. Okay, with this, go with your gut. The Seven of Swords is probably telling you you're not going with your gut because you're choosing your head over your heart in regards to your love life. You need to rely on your heart. So, and just because you make one decision does not mean you can't make another. Okay. Now, with your romance angels, you guys have released your ex, and it says time has come to clear your energy. And that doesn't mean to just literally break up with the person that you're with, or if you guys are single, obviously you can't break up with an ex, so release your ex. Or you could be having some situations where you're not leaving the ex behind in your heart, and you need to really just make that move to kind of release that. It could be telling you guys to release the energy of, like, some bad energy, some bad, like, karma, and that is pretty much through talking and working through it and getting through the hardcore of the situation and doing it the best that you can within yourself. If your partner's not willing to do it, then at least you can do it yourself. There is ways you can do it. Meditation, talking with talking with yourself, or you can do things to release some karma that wasn't working out. Because eventually it won't matter to you when you release it, and you can bring in wonderful things when you have space for it. But until then, you have to make space for what you want, whatever you're trying to manifest, so that way it can have a little cozy space to kind of get comfortable in. Now, for your wisdom of the oracle, you guys have building blocks. It's going to take some work. It's going to take some work. You may not see the results right now, but it's going to require a little bit more pushing, a little bit more pulling, and a little bit more elbow grease, you know what I'm saying? And that's okay, because relationships get stronger when you put in the most work that you can possibly put into it. But as long as you are putting in as long as the other partner is putting in as much work as you're putting in. Because I see you guys already doing all the work, because you got the Knight of Swords here. That's saying like either you're feeling this person is a Gemini or something like that, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Got 2 Gemini cards coming up in here anyway. But if like you're feeling some Gemini energy, and then okay, then y'all are dealing with some Geminis that are a little bit, that could be a little bit impulsive right now. It could be kind of approaching you a little bit more strong. If this is not the case, and you're really feeling like you have some truth and you really want to fight for something, fight for it. You can fight for it. And I feel like every avenue that you took was to defend and make sure this relationship was strong as possible. So if you really feel like you really want to do something, I would say do it, you know what I mean? Do whatever you feel comfortable with, but ultimately follow your heart and follow your intuition, because that's what's going to make sure that you do what you should be doing and get you out of situations that kind of are not working, all right? Get you out of situations that just may not play out that well. All right, Virgo. I know, crazy reading. Way to start off the new year, right? But hey, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. All right, Virgo, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys so much. If you guys want to be a Patreon, the link is down in the description box below. I'd love for you guys to join me and help me support the channel. And as always, I love you so much, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye, Virgo.